What's going on, ladies and gents, players and pimps? It's your boy Lando Sess with Top Sports Debate. So yesterday, it could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. We ended up going down about 1 unit, right? And when we look at our plays yesterday, we had the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks parlay at minus 127. The Bucks without Giannis still end up winning, and the Brooklyn Nets at home lost to the Grizzlies. Like, come on, dog. You know, it's hard out here for a pimp. This one sucked the most. We took the under on Wizards and Jazz game, 240 points. They had over 140 at halftime. This game was en route to a 300-point game. Nobody could stop anybody. And they stopped scoring in the second half, and they literally scored 242 and beat us by 2 points. Good play, but whenever Jordan Poole dropped 23 points in the first half off the bench, I got nothing with that one. This one hit easy. Lakers under. Parlay boost did not hit. Same game parlay insurance due to the blowout. Didn't hit. LeBron went over. SGA didn't play the fourth. Davis didn't play the fourth. He had 24 points. Play the fourth, get that. Play the fourth, get that. So we lost on that one. And we end up hitting some round robin plays. First one, 2, 5, 4, 7. Everybody did their job, but Giannis, he didn't play yesterday, so we would take that money right there. So that was cool. Next one, another one we hit. Bam, everybody. But Malik Beasley, which makes no sense because Giannis wasn't there. How couldn't you cover that and make it happen? But we end up doing decent. We end up going down about 1 unit, so that will put us close to like 60 units. I haven't updated it yet. Now, new announcement. This is the deal. Let's turn off the music. Oh, don't do that. That's not the music. Hold on. There we go. New thing. This is what I'm realizing as a regular sports bettor, right? I usually bet 1 hour to 30 minutes before the game. That's how I usually bet. I get the best odds. I know who's injured, know who all of that stuff. But since I'm a YouTuber that provide sports bets, I can't do that because I have to give you guys this video out earlier, which is making me be worse as a sports bettor because I'm behind the 8 ball. Because like yesterday, I give out the Colin Sexton's underplay. I love. He ain't been scoring over 22 points and all that stuff. They announced Lauri Markkanen is out. That changed everything. I wouldn't do that play. Bucks money line, even though they won, I wouldn't have took that play without Giannis. They went from like the favorite plus 3.5 to like they switched it to like -5, like just off Giannis. So at least we could have got plus money off of that. So what I'm doing now, starting today, we'll see how it will go. I'm not giving out any official bets right now. I will give out all of my official bets 1 hour before tip-off. 1 hour before tip-off. So right here, we're just going to do a recap of what's going on, plays that I do like, plays that I don't like, different things we can look at, props, we can kick it and all that stuff. But my main plays would be out an hour before tip-off. For all the paid Patreon subscribers, you would get more than likely 2 hours before tip-off, before odds change, before I release it to thousands of people. You want to at least have an hour advantage be it to do that since you guys pay. And we're going to see how that works a little bit more. So for the people, Lando, this is how it works. We have the free version. We have paid version of the Patreon. You just type in, go to patreon.com, type in Top Sports. Bam, you see me right here. And all you just do is click join for free. You do that and you good. If you want to do the membership, You can save money by doing annually. You can just however you want to do it. So I broke down an announcement because some plays I can post and make it available for everybody. Now, on my analysis, I will be using Outlier. If you guys never heard of Outlier, I got a bunch of videos breaking it down, but I will show you how dope it is today. So let's get to it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and look like a lot of you guys' plays was hitting yesterday. First, we have my Detroit Pistons going against Miami Heat. Spread is Miami 11.5 because we know the Pistons not too good. Total to 16. When we look at it, what do the public have their money on? Public, 91% have their money on Miami Heat money line, but majority of money is on Detroit. How is that possible? That spread, baby, that spread. 48%. You have a lot of people think Detroit could cover the spread, but you have Miami Heat since they're the favorite over it, and you got a lot of money over on Miami Heat to cover the spread. But on the money line, you're going to make more money with Detroit on this side. So make kind of sense, but we're going to break it down a little bit more. 97% of money is on the under. Miami don't give up a lot of points. They are like top 5 and defense when it come down to teams giving up points, and Detroit is a bad team, so it makes sense to have the under. Now, when we look at some things, what I like to look at is what team's been doing. Detroit covered the spread the last 60% of their games. Miami Heat, 30%. So it leans more towards Detroit, but you look at their last game that got whooped on by Orlando Magics. You look at Cleveland, they end up couldn't cover them right there. So it depends. Now, since Detroit is away, you have to look at their away covering a spread, and lately it haven't been too sexy. It's good. Now you look at Miami at home, 20%. Not too good. So I really don't trust either or covering a spread in here, but I do like Miami Heat straight up just to win. The problem is you're not going to get the best and the most sexiest odds. You see the odds open up at 10.5, and now we're at 11.5. So you can book, shop, and you can see where you can get it. Injuries, we got Quentin Grimes, we got Tyler Hero, left soreness, he's out, Kevin Love. So nobody really too important. Best thing I do like, you could look at the under, and I like Miami Heat to just win straight up. You add that one, you're going to have to get value. You're going to have to add it with some other plays, but we'll look at it, and I will let you know what I think about it. Next game, we have the Magic versus the Hornets. You're automatically going to say, let's go to the Magics because that completely makes sense. They are the better team, better record. They should win. Moneyline, 94% is on Magic to win, which makes sense. Spread, you have 57% is on the Charlotte Hornets spread. So they like, look, even though we think Magic will win, we like that spread because it is high. It is 8.5, which is not high, but you got the Hornets at home, and they've been playing a little bit better when you look at the over and under. Majority of bet is on, majority of money, percentage of bets is on the under, and majority of the money is on them under. Let's look at it a little bit more. And y'all know I like to see what teams been doing lately. Orlando Magic, 40%, covering that spread. They covered it in the last 3 games, 1, 2, 3. But Charlotte Hornets, 70%. That's why the books and people have majority of their money on the Hornets to do their thing, and they're at home. I see why, but I don't trust either or team. So I personally wouldn't take any of them. Yeah, I know. You could. You got LaMelo Ball. We know he's out. Fultz, game time decision. Seth Curry out. Cody Martin out. So I don't think who's playing really matter. Line open up at 8.5. It's still at 8.5. If anything, I would just go with Orlando Magic to cover that spread off that same thing. But you have to literally decide on, do you believe they will win? Do you believe Orlando Magic will win? And do you trust them? Let me know in the comments. Y'all trust them enough? Let's look at their matchup. They played them once at home, whooped on them by 13 points. And you look at their last 5 games, they are 4-1. It looks like a good play for them to just cover the spread. So let's do that. Orlando, bam. Now, since we have that added, let's see if it's going to change. Trying to see where is my picks. Come on, added picks. Where you at? Where you at? There we go. So now we have minus 217 on Draftkings. So we are working. We are getting somewhere. Looking at the very next game, we like Celtics versus the Cavs. This is a money-making game. Now, I will let you guys know, I am leaning a lot more towards the Boston Celtics to cover the spread on this play. Reason I like them to cover the spread, you see everybody got the money line on the Celtics. Celtics been looking like the best team in the NBA lately. They just blew out the Warriors by like 1 million points, and that was, wow, look at this, 98% of money on the under. The problem is with this game, it's injuries. Injuries. Okay, let me make this move. I got to get used to doing this on here versus, hold on, doing it on my phone because I got to get used to doing it, especially since I'm going to do this a lot more. Hold on 1 second. All right, figured out how to do it. And we add a little bit of this. When you look at the injuries, you have Jaylen Brown, game time decision, left knee bruise. That would change a lot if he's not playing. You got Porzingis. It's always questionable with everything, but look at this Cavs. You have LeVert, game time decision. You have Donovan Mitchell out. You got Okoro, game time decision, and you got Strus out. So you got 2 starters out. LeVert questionable. So this should be an easy Boston Celtics win. As long as Tatum is playing, you got White, you got Horford, a lot of other players to be able to contribute. So this is a play that I like. Me being able to do what I do, I'm changing up. It's to wait and see who's playing and who's not playing. But I like Celtics to cover the spread. When you look at the numbers, look at Celtics covering the spread 60%. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, they have covered the spread straight with no freaking problem. And when you look at them away, they covered it 2 times last time. They voided out that, so they basically covered 3 times. And the time they didn't cover was against Miami, and it was 2 away. Then just look at what they've been doing. It makes sense. Now, look at Cleveland Cavaliers. If we go to all their games, 80% of covering the spread. That's wild. That is wild. So it's like you got the spread versus the spread. But once again, remember, people, you don't have Donovan Mitchell. You don't have all of that. So it's 20% against the spread, but you got 80% when it come down to Cleveland. So if we look at what they've been doing, it's been a lot of red because it showed 20% right here. But against the spread, it ain't been the sexiest. Haven't been the sexiest. Now look at that. Green, 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 green. Been doing their thing. I like it. I completely like it. But I wouldn't take that due to, who's playing, who's not playing. Look at this. The Cavs are 1-8 against the spread in the last 9 games. I think I originally said it wrong. But yeah, the last 9 games, they're not a good covering the spread team. So yeah, I think I said that a little opposite. But y'all get the point of what I'm saying by looking at the numbers. Get some more stuff going. 76ers and the Nets, you really don't have to go too much in depth with that game. Besides, the Nets are on a back-to-back, and their last 3 I checked, they haven't won a back-to-back game. And I like Philly to win and cover the spread because you got Brooklyn Nets lost yesterday. We had money on them. They couldn't win at home. You added on a back-to-back. Philly been cooking a little bit more. They end up upsetting Dallas the last game. I like this one. I think this is an easy Philly for the spread. I think that's an easy bet. Don't have to go too in-depth into it, but I like that play. Hawks versus the Knicks. Who is playing? Where is the Hawks versus Knicks? Who do we have playing, my friend? Trae Young. Remember, he is out. So you have no Trae Young. You have Jalen Brunson, game time decision. Remember, no Randall, no Mitchell, no OG. So it might be battle of the bums, battle of the backups. And with that being said, I would just automatically leave this game alone. I wouldn't take Atlanta. I wouldn't take the Knicks. The Knicks is terrible when it comes down to at home. They don't do nothing. The Hawks are 5-17 against the spread in last 22 games. You see the Knicks. You see what Atlanta been doing. 3.5. I don't love either or. I will just stay away from this game. Or if anything, I will take some players to do some crazy things when it comes down to points or something. But yeah, I'll stay away from it. Pelicans versus the Raptors. They have the Pelicans to win by 10 of them things. Is that a lot? Is that a lot of money? So since we like Boston to cover the spread, we add you to. We're not going to do a full parlay, but I'm just adding this so you can see it. Because I know once I click anything, y'all get the going crazy. Oh, don't do that. And looking at this one, 92% of bets of money is on the Pelicans. And it makes sense. 92% of money, percentage of bets is on the Pelicans. And 98% of money on the spread is on the Pelicans. So first you have to say who is injured. And when we come over here, you have Scotty Barnes, Bruce Brown, and Jacob. You have 2 starters and half is out. Stay very, very, very far away from the Raptors. The books are completely telling you that, stay away from them. It wouldn't be the smartest bet. Now, is the Pelicans a better team to cover the spread? It ain't the sexiest. Raptors, they are already not the best. Due to all the injuries, it's like, you could, but I personally don't trust the Pelicans enough to cover anything. I will lean more towards, once again, just the Pelicans winning. That's what I would just lean towards, them more winning this game, and we will figure it out. So that's how y'all can see how I kind of come up with some of my bets. Spurs versus Rockets. I like this game. I like this game a lot. And they played twice. You have this crazy. It's tales of 2 different stories. First game went into overtime, 122-126. Spurs win in overtime. The next game, under. Nobody could crack 100 points. But when you look at it, I'm like, okay, the Spurs won. Then the Spurs lost by 11. So I'm looking at the spread to see if I can take this the Spurs. So it's like, all right, the Spurs, they got them to lose by 8. They won their last 2 games at home because they was on that long drought of not playing at home. So they finally went back at home. How would they be on the road? Now, looking at the Rockets' last 5 games, ain't too good. They won the same amount of games as the Spurs. So I would be leaning more towards the Spurs on this play, but we have Houston. We have a problem. And yep, we got injuries. So we got Champagne, game time decision, and left shoulder with Wemby, game time decision. No Wemby, no bet. So this is why a player is waiting a little bit, because without Wemby, there is no love in the heart of the city from your boy. So you look at this, they've been covering a spread. I like it. I like what they've been doing. And you look at the Rockets. Rockets are 4-2 against the spreads in the last 6 games at home. You know, they haven't been doing too bad. So both of them. But I would lean more towards San Antonio if Wemby is playing. So we would add that, but we are not fully making these official until we can figure it out. Okay, who do we have next? Let me know if y'all like this brand of me breaking down games, talking about games, versus just, I know a lot of y'all gonna want the picks and it's gonna complain, man, I gotta work, I gotta do this. Hey, I like to make money. I'm sorry. I realize I'm down close to probably, or missed out on about 10 units from doing bets early. Pacers and Mavericks. I can just tell y'all right now, I'm leaving this game alone. I don't trust the Pacers, and I don't trust Dallas Mavericks. I don't trust any of them. So, yeah, ain't too much to break down. Suns and Nuggets, you already know I'm going to lean more towards the Denver Nuggets because you have no Devin Booker. Devin Booker is out. You got Nurkic after grabbing 37 rebounds. He's game time decision. Yeah, this is easy Denver. Now, you're going to wonder, would you take Denver to cover the spread? Denver Nuggets are 3-5-1 against the spread at the last 9 home games. Not really. Last home games, but they've been doing decent on the spread. The last few games, you got boom, covered on that one, broke even. So they technically haven't lost. Is this a void or is this it's a void? So I don't consider it a loss. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They still technically haven't lost 6 last game covers. Technically. So it's like, yeah, you look at home, you know, it get a little bit worse. That's crazy. In Denver, you're not being able to cover. So they opened it up at 7.5. And now we are up to 9.5. So if you would have took this early, you would have got more bang for your buck. I don't trust Denver enough at home, even without Booker. But y'all know what I like. I like them to win just straight up. So if we do that. So if we look at our games, and if we parlay this, which you don't have to parlay this, but you looking at Heat money line, we like that. We like Orlando money line, Boston Celtics spread, Pelicans money line, San Antonio spread. I feel like, didn't we have Orlando? Yeah, we did have Orlando. And I feel like we got Boston spread. We had Philly. I think I had Philly to cover the spread also. Did I not add Philly? Philly, do you feel me? Plus 1400. Okay, and that's what I had. Where it looked like that. So those are plays that I like. Now, these are not official plays. Ladies and gents, players and pimps, it's not official plays. And we can look at some props to see what we like here. First, when we look at points. Now, if you guys don't have access to Outlier, you can try it out on your boy, baby, for free for a week. All you have to do is click the link at the top of the comments or go in my description and you'll better find it. So Isaiah Stewart, I was looking at this earlier. He 80% last 5 games, 90% last 10. When you look at this for the odds, but he getting 10 points damn near every game. I really like that. Now 11, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. So I would just lower this down to over 9.5. So I like that play. Stewart, he's been doing it. He's been getting enough minutes. So as long as he's getting over 25 minutes, I like it. Isaiah Stewart has exceeded 10.5 points last 10 games, but over 10, 100% in the last 10 games. So that is a play that immediately stood out to me. And I got to change my sensitivity on when it come down to clicking. Caldwell Pope. I do not like Caldwell Pope, so y'all won't see him added to any of my thing. Porzingis, he don't play enough, and he's always injured. I don't like that play. Cade Cunningham against Miami. Miami defense is too solid. This is showing a expected value play. Whenever you say expected value play, that basically mean you can get the best value on certain books. Right here is saying at Caesars, you can get this play at minus 103, while other books have it very, very wild, where you got as high as minus 122 or 120 on BetMGM, underdogs, and all that stuff. So you'll probably want to do this bet on Caesars, and let's look at it. This is a Jared Allen points over. Yeah, let's look at his home or where you up. He at home. It's not bad, but it don't stand out enough. Nothing on that chart stand out enough for me to be able to love that. Now, one play that I already know off the top of my head, without what's his name, Trae Young playing, I know Murray. Murray rebounds and assists are cash. Let's see if they upped it a little bit today. Points and assists, no, we want rebounds and assists. And did they what they put it at? Oh, they upped it a lot higher at 14. So you look at this chart don't look too sexy. Like, Lando, why would you say it's sexy? So what you got to do is put games without, because we know Trae Young is not playing. Games without Trae Young, and now look at the chart. It looks a little bit better. So he's going to get close to it. The times he didn't get it, the worst was 11. Remember, people, we need 14. You look at that, not too bad. Last 5 games, boom. So this is a play. The juice is worth the squeeze to me. I like that. And let's look at some unders. Can we find some unders that we like? Sagoon, Mr. Sagoon. I just don't like Sagoon at all. Hold on, let me take a drink of this. It's like when I bet on his rebounds, it go to hell. When I bet on his points, it go to hell. A lot of things go to hell with him. So I don't really like betting on him. Callie, I'm not betting on you. Dorn Finney-Smith. Pascal, let's check out Pascal. Because I don't know what's going on with him and Tyrese. We need to look at Tyrese also. Let's see. Since they've been playing weird last few games, so we just go last 5 games. This all over the place. 12, 27, 24, 12, 21. Yeah, no, nothing stand out. Do we have any injuries? You got Neesmith, game time, Luka. Nothing stand out about this with his points, with his assists. Let's see if his rebounds, anything stand out. Okay. His rebounds been going up. So Pascal rebounds out of the last 5 games, you see he's got 8 or above it. Besides that time, he had 2, and we had him that game to get rebounds. So his overall rebounds is not a bad play. I just don't trust that team. So I wouldn't be mad at somebody adding that play somewhere, but I just don't trust them. Halliburton, I would fade him. It's simple. I would fade him. Tyrese Halliburton has failed to exceed 18.5 points in 5 straight games. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just cold ever since All-Star break. Until he take my money, that would just be a play. It ain't too much to really talk about. So let's look at all plays. All plays together. You can look at rebounds. You can look at blocks. And let's look at which odds we do. Oh no, takeaway over under. Let's do odds. Stuff that's good. Good props. We just do it like that. Good prop bets. I'm not betting on nobody to get under 2.5. Oh, that's in the first quarter. I don't like first quarter bets too much unless it's like Wemby or players that can score or not score. Now we can look at a Sengun points, rebounds, and assists expected value under. And look at this. Bam. We got action. We got green. I like Sengun. This look beautiful. You know, he could go over, could go under. I'm not a big component of who he's going against in defense. And, hey, this team got a number one against centers, against. I realize all of that extra time, it don't really matter because you just look at my units. I'm up 60 units without having to do that. Some people do it. It depends on how you do your analysis. I just don't even look at any of that. I look at players' trends. I don't care really who they're playing at this point. You know, you can see if they played a team 3 times, then I would do a little head-to-head. Like, okay, let me see what's their consistency against this team. And there we go. You look at his head-to-head, and his head-to-head literally only went over once. So this is a great play, in my opinion, to add. All right. And so these some of the plays I like. Isaiah Stewart, Murray. Now, y'all know I'm not really messing with props right now. If so, it'd probably be my top 3 best plays. So I'll leave this here so I can remember. I know I probably have Sengun on there, Halliburton under, and what you call it, DeJounte Murray. I probably have all of them. So we'll see if we have those on our plays. But with those lately, I just been only doing what you call it, parlays, because I don't trust to put that much money on all of them individually. So you guys want my picks? Be ready for them in a few hours once we figure out this injury situation. Make sure you subscribe to the free version of the Patreon if you want to become a Hall of Famer. All it takes is $25. Come try a player out. Let's get this money. Talk to y'all soon.